Hi, your DIY for anxiety could be the one that's my favorite, crocheting. Boy, when my world started to fall apart about 7-8 years ago due to a real estate scam. Anyway, what I discovered was crocheting. Now, I'd crocheted off and on all my life, but I started to pick it up in a whole new way. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because just maybe it's the answer for you. I'll tell you why. For me, touching the yarn, this yarn that I use is from animals. It's natural yarn, either wool or bamboo, or of course bamboo is a plant, and rayon is a plant. Hemp is a plant. I love wool. Cotton, cashmere, those are all, oh gosh, they're so soft, and they distract so much from all that's going on in the world. And I went crazy. I really went crazy. I decided that, I'm going to put this down a little bit so you can see this a little better. I decided I was going to make wall hangings that represent something that's really important to me, and that's explaining to people that the heart of a person and the veins and the arteries feed to nature. This represents nature, as the oxygen flows back up to the heart of perhaps a butterfly or a dog or a deer or an elephant that also has veins and arteries regenerating the soil for the plants. And I just love this whole idea of looking over and seeing this. Of course, it's quilted and it's embroidery and it's also crochet, but oh, I love it. I'll show you my second one. This is my second one. And see, this looks a little bit more like a flower or something that represents nature. But I have to tell you, making these, and then I decorate. This is an antique bead. There's lots of glass beads in through here and glass beads here. I've got beads that I've been keeping since I was in high school. I'm 79. And I just love decorating. This is a pearl here. I love decorating these pieces, and I just, one thing led, some people call it a rabbit hole. One thing led to another, and I started down a rabbit hole. I actually, I've made over 50 of hearts. They're all different. They're all different colors and shapes and different crochet designs, and then I decorate them as I put them on to big wall hangings. I decorate them, and it's so relaxing, and it's soft, and the chick 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 of the sewing machine doing the quilting, all of it just comes together and relaxes me and takes so much of the stress away. And even when I'm watching a computer, a movie, or news, or anything, and I'm sitting there crocheting, I just feel this tremendous sense of all the stress just draining away from me. And therapists are expensive. They're highly trained professionals. And you don't just go one time. It's not like going to a medical doctor for the flu. You don't just go and get a prescription. You go and get your personality, your brain, your behavior all analyzed, and you have to self-examine, and it's a complicated process, and it's expensive because it's a professional person. Making things out of yarn is a lot more affordable, of course, but it's also a lot more fun. You don't have to get in the car, you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to see somebody, you don't have to decide if you're getting along with them okay. And Anyway, just a lot of aspects to it that I just absolutely love. And then I have to tell you, this is so exciting for me. I can't begin to tell you how much I've been looking forward to making this video. So what happened is I started making these wall hangings because I had the vision first for the wall, for the hearts, and then the wall hangings, and I had already made a whole bunch of shapes of nature that I was using for touch therapy. I'm a retired special education teacher, and touch therapy, that's one reason that I emphasize so much the feeling of these, because when you're making them, you're touching them, and when you finish them, you just want to touch them, and you want to put them again next to your face, and it's just a real nice experience to be able to hold on to these pieces of natural fibers. You'll have to excuse my four-legged friend. He's decided to play. Well, anyway, so we had the quilting, and we had the quilt fabric, and we had the canvas for the quilting. So I decided to make these, and you see the back of this is quilted, and then the front is made with quilt fabric, and then I crocheted the front piece, and then on the back there's these fancy brass pins, so you can pin them on a scarf, or you can pin them on a hat, you can pin it on a backpack, you can pin it on a purse, you can pin it on a curtain in the kitchen just to look at. Anywhere in the house, actually. You could pin it on a skirt, just pin it anywhere. And these two are crocheted and then decorated. And so I have these pins that I've been selling to remind people to take care of the earth. Well, then I evolved again. So I've evolved from the nature touch pieces to the heart pieces to the crocheted and quilted pieces, and now to the final ones that I'm just absolutely loving doing. These are 100% crocheted, well, except for, of course, the beads and things. But the front part is crocheted either out of cashmere and cotton, or out of wool, or some other two-ply. Then on the back, I do either, or sometimes I do an 8-ply on the front, but usually it's a 2-ply. It's real fine. And then on the back, I do either a 4 or an 8-ply. If I do a 4-ply, I use 2 of them, so I have an 8-ply, or else I use an 8-ply yarn. And again, they're all natural, and they just feel so comfortable. And then I have to order these. These are a very high grade, medical grade stainless steel clips. And the stainless steel doesn't corrode, and it doesn't affect the yarn. And so as you make these, or something, anything that you might want to do, you might want to make yourself a sweater, you want to make a simple scarf, you might want to make a shawl. I've made so many different things because there's been so much trauma in my life. It started in 2018 with a real estate thing. But then since then, all the trauma has just come in all directions. I just listened to a video by Nate Higgins. I don't know if you happen to know him, but he takes complicated things and makes it into very simple, like crocheting, and explains to you the different aspects of what is causing us anxiety right now. And it really does give you a sense of being like other people. I've been working with the Climate Psychology Alliance for a little over 5 years, and what the psychologists have told me repeatedly, and some of them are psychiatrists, have told me repeatedly, is that more and more people are being affected by the anxiety of climate change. But what's happened with them too is they've seen the other anxious parts that have come into the situation, what with political aspects, leadership aspects, supply chain aspects, things to do with food supplies and being able to have enough fertilizer. I mean, there's so many questions going on right now in all that's going on our beautiful earth that it stresses all of us. And if we can find something that is affordable, you could try knitting. There are several different kinds of crocheting. You can also try other things that you are soft on your hands. One of the things that I'm fascinated by is years ago, I heard about a gal who saved a lot of cotton clothing, especially t-shirts. And her husband started to braid together and make rag rugs out of these soft t-shirts. Same concept, looking for some way to be affordable, looking for some way to keep your hands busy, looking for some way to distract yourself from the anxiety. See, I just love things like this. I love to find things that are natural, inexpensive, and do it yourself. I really enjoy that, and I love telling you about this. I was so excited about getting all this out and showing it to you because I've got, look over here. You'll see I've got about 100 of these done that are in these little envelopes that keep any kind of dust or humidity out, because these are natural fibers. So the windows, the little windows of these containers are specifically for jewelry to keep out humidity and dust, and water, of course. But I was just very excited about telling you about this, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please go right down below and ask me. I'll be happy to answer. I'd like to meet with you on a Zoom if you would like. If you're down there, check out Summerland. I'm the fiber artist who's over 75, and my friend is a painter, and she's also over 75. We both work with a nonprofit. We'd love it if you'd look at our art. It helps represent our beautiful world, our beautiful planet, and remind you to take care of it and enjoy it as I do. And thank you so much for being here. I just really wanted to share this with you. Thank you. Bye.